What's up, everybody? This is the BrushedRanger here, and today, I got a question for you, viewer. When does a fan film go too far? When does a fan film go from a passion project to a scam trying its best to squeeze every last dollar out of nostalgic fans for a series they themselves once loved? One that hires racist voice actors and then tries to cover it up in the full release when they had 10 years to replace said voice actor. When they break international copyright law to make a quick buck. And one that's lied to their fans for over a decade. Well, I think I found the answer. TransformersPrime Galvatrons Revenge by Prime Animations. Now, I know a lot of you are here because of the spicy drama, so I left chapters down below in case you've already watched the movie or you just want to pick and choose what you're interested in. But let's quickly summarize this. Rodimus and Springer are having a showdown with the Combaticons. Their fight leads to them leaving the planet, but not before the Destructicons, which is the stupidest name for a faction, emerges, claiming that they are the 13 anti-primes. Despite there only being 4 of them, they then show off their PowerPoint presentation skills. I'm sure my tech teacher from grade 6 would be very, very proud of Galvatron. They then fly off to go find Unicron, which is on Cybertron, and before the Autobots even realize anything wrong is happening, Ultra Magnus orders Ratchet to go find Optimus and bring him back to life. Already, we're undoing one of the most emotional cinematic moments in any Transformer story, which is Optimus Prime sacrificing himself, ending the Age of Primes, and bringing new life to Cybertron, and in my personal headcanon, at the end, reincarnating into just a normal bot like Orion Pax again. Red 2015 undoes this later, but this is a fan film. I figured they'd wait more than 2 seconds to bring him back. So the Destructicons break into Autobot HQ, nearly kill them, but then decide not to at the last second because, oh, Unicron will eat everyone anyways, it doesn't matter. And then they fly off. They then bring Unicron to Earth. All the Autobots teleport to Earth, and Team Prime links up with the new Autobots, who are very happy to see RC.
Hey there! Can't remember the last time I've seen a Fempa.
Now I know, Springer and Rodimus had a bit of a love triangle with RC and G1. That's fine. It's just the way Prime Animations goes about showing this. It's very, very pervy and weird, especially Rodimus.
Agree. It's a perfect 10. And now back to the games.
Okay, show off. Let's double team them.
Thought you'd never ask.
Don't you ever focus?
What can I say? I like to focus on things that excite me.
Don't worry, the awkward sexualization of RC doesn't end there. We'll come back to that at the end of the movie, because trust me, it gets way worse. They scan Earth modes and then they fight the Combaticons. Ratchet is able to bring Optimus Prime back to life, the Combaticons form into Bruticus, and then the Destructicons start beating the ever-living scrap out of the Autobots and the Combaticons. And instead of just opening up the container or doing what they set out to do, which is reviving Unicron, they see fit to just keep wailing on the Autobots. We cut back to Cybertron where Optimus tells Ratchet to dial in some coordinates because he has somewhere he has to go before stopping the Destructicons. And I guess this is fine. They're only ruining Optimus's character arc so long as they leave. Oh my god. Yep, so they decided they couldn't wait 2 seconds without bringing back both Optimus and Megatron, despite the fact Megatron gave up being a Decepticon and he wanted to self-exile himself for everything wrong he has ever done during the war. But no, yeah, sure, let's bring Megatron back too, undo his character arc too. The Autobots and the Decepticons team up together and defeat the Destructicons, and then they retreat because they threaten knockout, and then they leave. Optimus extends his hand in friendship to Megatron, and then Megatron goes, "No, I'm still evil, I'll never follow you." And then he completely assassinates his character arc by saying, "Decepticons, follow me," essentially taking the Combaticon ship and reinstating the Decepticons. And then they have the audacity to have an end credit stinger because, I don't know if I mentioned this yet, this is a trilogy of movies. What's that? You don't want to wait till you're 40 to watch the other 2 movies? Well, too bad. Oh my god, I'm gonna be 40 when the last movie comes out. Speaking of the next movie, Dinobots Unleashed, did you know that they've already made merch before they've even started working on the movie? You can buy it right now. But you might be asking yourself, BrushedRanger, are they really selling Grimlock on t-shirt? No, dear viewer. This is Dino King, which is completely different from Grimlock if anyone at Hasbro or Paramount asks. So, they're completely willing to strike down my buddy Delta Trion's video when he's doing a transformative video essay and giving free promotion to Transformers 1 because he used a few clips of D16 from the movie. But when Transformers Prime, Galvatrons Revenge has t-shirts that you can buy and a Blu-ray disc you can pre-order, then it's fine.
If you donate 50 or more, right, your name gets put in the credits as a special thank you, and we will give you a Blu-ray as a thank you gift.
Hasbro gives that a big thumbs up and an A-okay. Okay. Yeah, in case you don't know, because a lot of people don't actually know this, so I guess I'm going to be free advertising for you, Prime Animations. They're releasing a Blu-ray. If you go on their GoFundMe, which has raised $14,000, not including the merch sales they probably have, you can get access to the Blu-ray for this movie, which once again looks like this and has embarrassing animation errors like this, and lag. So much lag. 10 years, $14,000 later, we're ended up with Galvatron's Revenge. Now, a lot of the voice acting is really bad in this movie. That and really awkward cuts, the music cutting in and out, sound effects that just sound stripped from the show, and visuals and animation stiff like this.
We work as a team and as a single cohesive unit. Got that?
You know, your optics spark when you're mad.
What?
Which just add to the pure feeling of jank when watching this movie. But it's okay, you'll be able to watch it on the Blu-ray despite the fact that it's free on YouTube right now. But, you know, if you ever wanted to put it in a DVD player, you can spend money. Or you can keep buying into the GoFundMe so then they can finish their next 2 movies. Now, I want to talk about the voice acting and some of the lines in this movie because I said we come back to the weird sexualization of RC in this movie. Nothing can compare to the line that's been memed to death from this movie.
What a shame. Such wonderful curves wasted on an Autobot. Be at my side, Autobot, and I will spare your life.
What? This isn't a real movie. You want people to pay for this? What is this? What do you mean such great curves wasted on an Autobot? What is with this movie? And speaking of RC, halfway through this movie, I don't know what it is and why out of their 10 years and $14,000, they didn't try fixing this in the final cut, but her voice actress was probably recording it on a decent microphone like myself. But for whatever reason, it starts to sound more and more as the movie goes on like a walkie-talkie you left in Chernobyl.
Keep them distracted, guys.
It slowly degrades so much, but then it starts to get better, but then the movie's over by the time it finally gets better. And also, I just really don't like Optimus Prime's voice in this movie. And not to mention that he is a racist. That's right. In the 10 years and $14,000 that this movie cost, they didn't even bother replacing this racist voice actor for Optimus Prime in the movie. Now, I have a tinfoil hat theory as to why this movie looks very similar to a lot of the unrendered stuff you can find on their channel. If you haven't seen already, a lot of the scenes from this movie were split up and put on YouTube as unrendered sections. The audio's the same, more or less a lot of the poses and fight choreography's the same. They haven't really changed anything other than just rendering it. Here's my theory. Prime Animations lost interest in the project after a few years, and they gave up on it. But then, they didn't take down the GoFundMe, and they started gaslighting people into thinking, oh, we're still working on it, we'll start working on it, And maybe they were still working on it, maybe they just needed a break, but eventually it just turned into apathy and they lost all will to continue the project, but they still wanted that constant revenue stream. And maybe eventually they decided that, hey, people are gonna start catching on that we're not releasing anything and we just keep making promises. And then all they did was touch it up a little bit, kept a lot of the same animation errors, the same audio errors, and the same racist voice actor in the film, and then just rendered it out and decided to put it on YouTube. And originally, they were just gonna upload the whole thing unrendered until a lot of people in their comments section got mad and said, no, I'm willing to wait for you to make the necessary changes and you upload the fully rendered thing on YouTube. And originally they said no. They said you have to subscribe to our Patreon or GoFundMe or whatever, or get it on the Blu-ray for the full rendered version. And obviously that's a very scummy thing to do and illegal. So eventually they caved and said, we'll put the full thing rendered on YouTube. And that's pretty much where we're sitting here now. I don't think this movie cost $14,000. But in this case, I really do think Prime Animations pocketed a lot of this money. I doubt we'll even see the Dinobot movie or the movie after that. They left it super cliffhangery, and I just feel bad for all the Prime fans who grew up and saw this in their inbox and went, oh yeah, I spent $3,000 on this 8 years ago. I can't wait to see my name in the credits and watch this movie I was so excited for when I was a kid. And then when it's inevitably bad, they just go into shock and then just blame people and say, no, you're just hating, which is what Prime Animations is doing. They're in full crisis mode on Twitter, on YouTube, and deleting comments from ever talking about the fact that the animation looks bad, or that you hired racists, or that they want their money back, or where's the Blu-ray, and just about anyone criticizing them. Here's an example I found. Here's Prime Animations bullying some kid who just makes cool Lego designs, saying that, one look at your channel, smash my head, it's so bad. We make way better content than you, and basically shutting down the it looks bad whenever they compare it to anything else. Oh, well, they had more money, or oh, they had more time. At the end of the day, Transformers Prime Galvatrons Revenge isn't even worth watching if you're a Prime fan, unless you get high like my friend did and just watch the movie. I really do think Prime Animation started with good intentions, but unfortunately fell from grace. We now sit here with good intentions and a whole lot of money scammed from fans who just wanted a continuation to their favorite show. Want my advice? Go watch the Starscream OVA. It was made by one guy in about 5 months. It looks amazing, has pretty good voice acting and effects, and is infinitely more rewatchable than Galvatron's Revenge. And it doesn't ruin any pre-established character arcs. I love you guys. I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys.